Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Steve and I are back as we continue our look into the Hammer horror series with The Reptile, directed by Joan Gilling. In a Cornish village, various locals die from mysterious snake bites, but the coroner rules the deaths as heart attacks, until a family of newcomers starts an investigation. This film was made on a budget of £100,000, 599.
Let's give it
Interesting.
I found it totally. I thought it's another Cornish one.
Here's the thing, it's exactly the same location.
Yeah, and it resembled sort of the story, didn't it?
Yeah. We've got the same graveyard, we've got the same bridge, we've got like the same
Same
pub,
step go down.
with the same manor house, with the same cave. Like, what did the film and it came out the same year? Did the film these at the same time, or like straight back to back?
Let's do another one. Yeah, poor old Cornwall. It doesn't deserve it. I mean, they're all related down there.
Yeah, that's Cornwall is Celtic for cousin's wedding.
Yeah, I mean, not one of them spoke in a Cornish accent. They were all like from up the line.
I think I've got used to that now. Nobody speaks with any sort of accent apart from North London.
Not in any of the films.
None of them. Everyone's got a posh North London accent.
You know, because the Cornish is like, oh, he's a magician, that farmer. Oh, why is he a magician? Well, he says he's going to turn cow into field. And that's how they speak, you know.
Yeah.
Bit like Jeffro.
Yeah, it's an I was skipping back and forth through the cast list, from Plague of the Zombies and this one just to see if the same actors would pop up. You know, I knew the Vicar got dealt with in the first one, then like I was checking the Vicar again to see if it was the same one.
Charles Lloyd Peck, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the guy who played his son played Trigger in Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, so yeah. And Michael Wicker was in it.
He had a good role in this.
Yeah, quite. He was in it quite a lot, wasn't he?
I liked his character, Tom. Honestly,
his speech was quite gentlemanly, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And normally he plays that like down to earth, you know, guy.
He's normally playing the bagman, the cab driver, the grave robber. You know, he's always playing these bit parts. He's actually a fully fledged character, the innkeeper, and honestly, he was great. I enjoyed his. In fact, he was my favorite character out of this because there's quite a few wooden planks, and he actually felt like a character.
Yeah, I thought that some of them went to the Peter Cushing School of Fighting, didn't they?
Oh God, yes. Oh dear, that was tragic.
But the other thing, you know, normally I don't mention it, but there were so many bloody props that weren't made in the time that the film was supposed to be. You know, I mean, they had mugs that, you know, they weren't around. They were Dalton mugs, but Dalton wasn't even around back then. You know, they had the wooden fence around the cottage, and people didn't make wooden fences like that with the old metal tile around and going around. That came out after the war, you know, and it's so many things. But you know, the cottage had a chain. You know, one of the chain things.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, you know, that was 1960s. It's just so many that I thought, oh God, they haven't really checked anything here, have they? But yeah,
it's funny because we didn't notice that stuff in the first one and the Plague of the Zombies, and I genuinely feel like the cast of Plague of the Zombies moved out and the cast of the Reptile moved straight in, like within a day.
Yeah, they must have
using the set.
because it would have made financial sense to do so.
Mm.
They would have had the same bloody film crews in
Yep. Next.
yeah,
John Gilling. God, what a stereotype.
yeah,
He's got one trick. We think think movies are bad today, but oh my god, this is just beat for beat
yeah,
the same as Plague of the Zombies. Like that's
yeah,
it's quite cheeky if you think about it.
yeah. It is. Of course, the other well-known actor that was in it was John Laurie, and he was in Dad's Army.
Hmm.
Um, he was very young in this one, but yeah, he was one of the soldiers in Dad's Army when he was a little bit older. And that's the series of Dad's Army from the 70s, not the crappy remake film that they tried to do.
Yeah, God, that's
But yeah, so yeah, I thought, oh yeah, I know him. He's from Dad's Army. So, but there, I mean, the sort of makeup was pretty questionable when he first went to the place and don't go there, too late. And then his face just turned all mucky, didn't it? It's
it
like,
was strange, but you gotta love the fact that this whole idea people don't lock their doors, but also that you just walk into a house and hello anybody there and just start searching through their house to see if they're in
yeah, I
because
know,
that's what you do.
yeah. And they do that in all the Hammer films, don't they?
And it seems to be if it's a stately home, then it's
Like
fair game.
as well. Yeah.
Oh well, door's not locked. I'll not wait in the hall or anything or call in. I'll just go exploring because
Or as we would go, oh, they're not in, come back later or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
very strange. I just love the fact as well. Everyone was hiding in the house. Just they're all like hiding behind cupboards and stuff. The
yeah.
God, what was his name? The brother would
Uh,
stumble
Harry
into the
Harry George.
yeah, just so he
And
would stumble into the reptile. It was like okay, and then they all like peeked out, like going hee 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 hee.
did you
Very
like when the brother went to the solicitors and the solicitor goes in, I guess you are Harry Spalding. No, I've just got this case with Captain Harry George Spalding on just for the fun of it.
yeah. And he just went, "Yes, I am. Okay, the deeds are yours." Like that's it. That's an ID check in the 60s.
Yeah. But that's what used to happen back then, wasn't
Oh god, there's
it? So,
don't encourage him. You
he's here. Hello, Chris.
did I miss Stephen's a reptile dysfunction jokes? Whitley flicks through chapter 10. When you do a sequel to that joke book,
Yeah, I could really, can I? You never know. You never know.
may as well get yourself completely banned. No way. Think of all the beats you missed the first time that didn't get you cancelled. Do it now.
Yeah. This bloke come up to me actually, and he says, "Steve, you better do something." He says, "Your mother-in-law's out in Plymouth Sound drowning." I hope the bloody Coast Guard got my letter because I only have a second-class stamp.
The first one of the night. We're on our way. Way. Yeah. What this another thing is, Balding, the brother, he dies in this village and they take care, like they bury him like straight away, like next morning, done, service, everything. No relatives got informed, no lying in wait, no settling of estate, nothing. That's it, just buried in the ground while the other
Yeah,
up.
but he gets a wooden cross. Everybody else had a headstone. and yet everybody else is supposedly dying of the same thing, isn't it?
I don't think they had the budget. Like, and notice it was the same two spots.
It was the same headstones, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is dug up last time. It's
Vampires
the
come out.
same graveyard. It's the same, the steps. It's the same location, and it's the same spots where they dug up in the last film. I
Yeah.
just think that's hilarious.
I didn't look closely enough. It was probably the same names on the headstones.
I have to say, I've never encountered this before in my life. Like, I've
No,
made the joke about using the same still shot of the sawmill for the Frankenstein movies. They've done that throughout a few Hammer movies,
yeah,
but actually using the exact same location for two different movies. And
yeah, exactly. It's, it's not
it's
the only bit of Cornwall they know.
obviously the only bit they got permission. Or they got a block booking the film, and like, I honestly believe they just went straight from one movie and just into the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
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 probably
funny.
only allowed a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Because I know if you want to use uh, London Tube in your scenes, they've got one station and you're only allowed 3 hours to film in that station. I watched the making of British film, what was it? And they said, oh, we had to fit the battle scene, the fight scene, uh, within 3 hours. So we had to more or less get it right on the first take, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rise of the Foot Soldier.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. If you watch the making of, they tell you all about it. Yeah. So who knows if in this scene, this film, whether they were only allowed a certain amount of time. I suppose it was crossed, wasn't it? It was part filmed in the village and part filmed in the studio. So yeah,
But it's just the fact that all the props and the scenery is exactly the same, like down to a T. You could get the two movies, play them next to each other,
yeah.
and actually, that might be a video to do.
A bit like what they did online with Queen at Live Aid, and when they done it on that film Bohemian Rhapsody, someone came up and put the two scenes together online to see how good the actor who played Freddie Mercury was
Mm-hmm.
at copying Freddie Mercury on Live Aid. You could probably do that with this film, couldn't you?
Oh, Rami Malek.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I couldn't even watch that last James Bond one, and I couldn't take him seriously as a villain. You know why he was in like the opening scene? I got as far as the opening scene with the ice, and then just gave up.
Yeah.
And I just can't take him seriously as a villain.
No, I think ever since he played Freddie Mercury, he's just like, if someone says Rami Malek, you say, oh yeah, Freddie Mercury.
Yes, he's stuffed.
Yeah.
I don't know, shame. Because he hasn't really done much since.
No, not at all. Bit like Harry Potter guy, isn't it?
Yeah, most of that cast.
They've been useless ones.
That was yeah,
Something like that.
oh, Radcliffe. He went into he did the best out of all of them because he went and did a load of indie movies and weird ones. He was good in Horns. I like that.
I haven't seen it.
It's based on the Joe Hill book. Stephen King's son.
Oh right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a decent enough decent enough film.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good in that. Apart from that, he's just done weird things. Like, what was it? Swiss Army Man and uh Machine Gun Akimbo or something where he got machine guns taped to his hands for some reason. Just like I said, he did all them strange films. The rest of them did nothing. They just disappeared.
Yeah. Is it true they're remaking Cujo?
I haven't heard anything. wouldn't surprise me. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that means they'll do a dopey CGI dog, won't it?
yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
oh.
it was class, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw something the other day, and they're remaking Cujo.
Sure, they're doing Cameron and I covered it yesterday. They're doing a bloody soft requel of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like the
Oh,
most forgettable movie.
yeah.
It's not forgettable. You don't even know what happened in the sequel. Like it's just that bland
I
and
think I think I gave up watching it when they knocked the kid over at the beginning, or
yeah, that was the whole point. They knocked the kid over, then hit it, and then that's the whole point. Somebody random. I can't even remember who the killer was because I didn't care. It was boring.
I don't think I. It's probably one of those that I fell asleep in.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Because yeah, that's how desperate they are. They're remaking those sort of movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, get ready for King's entire back catalogue to start appearing again because they're like, oh, we need to do this all again.
In case you're wondering, people, some films I have to watch in installments because I start watching them and then I go, oh, like that, and then I have to fast forward to where I last watched it, and yeah,
That was me. I had to postpone last night's stream, Paranoia Agent, because it's a series. It's an anime series, 12 episodes, and I got up to episode 7, and my
mm,
eyes were crossing over. I'm watching it and I'm going, I'm not taking anything in. I'm just staring at images here. And I couldn't take notes or anything because it just wasn't, it was starting to zone out. And I'm like, yeah, I'd rather put it back a week than give a half-hour review that I haven't paid attention, if that makes sense.
yeah,
It's been a busy week.
yeah,
But yeah, this one, it's a tricky one. It's basically exactly the same plot as Plague of the
yeah,
Zombies. So if you watch our review of Plague of the Zombies, only there's no mine and it's a snake woman,
yeah.
but it's not as funny as Lair of the White Worm. Because if
Even
you want to
even
talk about snake woman, that's the ultimate in movies, and you'll never beat it.
yeah. The makeup was pretty iffy as well in this one, wasn't it?
It wasn't good.
Very paper mache
Hmm.
face mask. It was and would you really have let his wife when Harry got bit by the snake and he had that thing on his neck? Would you really have let the wife loose with a knife? Cut it off! What?
Yeah, that's not how you deal with snake bites anyway. And
You're supposed to
yeah,
suffer too, aren't you?
no, you're not because you're meant to actually tourniquet, which is if you get bit in the neck or anywhere that leads to the brain, you're dead. Especially when we're talking about a king cobra. King cobra is the most deadly
Yeah,
snake out there
yeah,
because of not because of the toxicity of the venom, but the venom yield.
yeah.
So they pump that much venom. But the thing is, I would say Indian king cobra. I actually saw a guy. I watch wildlife sanctuary videos
All
when I don't
right.
watch horror. So there's this guy called Chandler's Wildlife I follow on YouTube,
Mm,
and he was in India and he lost a finger. Like he was letting the thing go and it got him, and he had to actually, tourniquet
but
off his finger so the venom wouldn't spread.
yeah,
It's not something to mess about with. So people getting bit in the neck would be gone. Like no if buts or maybes.
no,
So it was all a bit silly.
I just thought, yeah,
But even at that, the whole backstory of the Spaldings makes no sense.
no,
So
it,
is Captain Spalding and his new wife destitute?
yeah, because surely he'd have one hell of a bloody being a captain. There's one hell of a. I don't know if they've done pensions.
Yeah, they would have. He would have had his army pension.
Yeah.
But also he's just going to move in. What happened if his brother hadn't have died?
Where would
Was
he have
he
been?
where was he moving to? Like, oh, we're just going to move into this house. Never
Yeah.
seen it. Haven't seen his brother in years. Oh, my brother's died. Well, that'll do. I'll just have his house and move into it.
They all warned him, don't go in that house. I'll go. Yeah, no
But
problem. I liked when they arrived at the train station as
What?
well. Did you see that? We can't get a taxi or anything, or carriage or anything. We'll leave our luggage here and we'll walk the 2 miles and we'll get it sent to us later.
Yeah.
And
Different times, eh?
and the people in the then they never told anyone that they left their luggage at the station. And then that Tom, doesn't he, Michael Ripper's character says, "I got your luggage picked up from the station. How did you bloody know about that?"
Yeah. It's like they're all getting on the phones. They're coming your way. This was in my opinion, this was a bad movie. Like, it's just there's no story to follow, and it just sort of meanders along, and it's there's no logic. Even I can forgive bad special effects. I can forgive the limitations of it.
Yeah.
But there was absolutely no point to any of this happening. Like, what was the significance of the house?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with it. It wasn't covering anything. It wasn't a gateway or a portal, or it didn't have any artifacts. In fact, if they had just lived there, and if it wasn't for the doctor and his daughter had visited them, they wouldn't even been aware of them. They would have just lived out their lives. They're the ones that interjected themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Dr. Franklin, what a crap character.
Yeah, he was the best fighter, isn't he?
He was terrible. And they're trying to do like a tragic, is he the antagonist? Oh, here's the plot twist. Oh, we didn't see that coming a mile off.
No.
But this guy has absolutely zero stage presence or charisma.
I don't see the significance as well. Mad Peter.
Oh God, that was another like plot device.
Yeah, it was quite weird, wasn't it? When he attacked him on the moors and then went, "Oh, you attacked me," and then they called me Mad Peter, and he just went off on one.
And Spaulding's things, I'll just invite you back to my home because
come to dinner.
The fact that they're having to be given provisions because they're rocked up out of London. They're not country people. But what are they doing? Like, it makes no sense.
Like you said, the best character in this was played by Michael Ripper.
Yeah, he by far outshone everybody in this production.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything spectacular. He just was competent.
Yeah. And I love when he says, "Oh, you've emptied my pub again. You have to buy a beer now."
Yeah. It's just so matter of fact about it. And yeah, because he knows they'll all be back. So fair enough. Dr. Franklin, that bit where he's creeping up on what do you call her? Who cares anyway? The wife. Like I didn't even care about their characters' names, but just he stands in the bushes watching the wife, and then he sneaks around behind her to be whoa. What was the point of
that? Yeah, but she didn't hear him.
No, but he actually sneaks around behind her.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, or just walk up the driveway. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. There was, but no, I think she was deaf. Just, he sneaked up. Said, "Oh!"
I don't get the point of that scene.
No,
it made no sense.
Not at all. Weird.
Of course, he's looking for his daughter Anna.
Yeah.
Who, like, within 20 seconds, you're like, all right, okay, she's a reptile, no problem.
It's right on, wasn't it? You knew the reptile was female, and yeah. Oh, and the other thing was, wasn't it, when she said to Valerie, "Oh, would you come up to dinner?" "Yeah, I'll come." Don't know you, but yeah, we'll come to dinner.
Yeah, but even when the father arrives, and goes, "What are you doing in this?" Blah blah blah. Oh, but we're coming up to yours for dinner. Would you not go at that moment? Maybe not.
oh, Nutty is a fruitcake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, forget dinner.
But if you just witnessed that exchange, you just be like, I'm not hungry. I'm okay.
Yeah,
Right. Sorry for troubling you. Obviously, But once again, the Spaldings would have just got on with their life.
yeah,
It's the Franklins that interposed and brought them into the whole thing. So I don't see the logic.
no. Yeah,
Oh dear. Yeah, I think we needed we needed a plot for a start. That would have been helpful.
this is what made me think that one film was filmed after the other, and I think the plots sort of resembled each other, um, to a certain degree. I thought, oh yeah, it's
Plague of the Zombies made more sense.
yeah, yeah, but even the door down to the basement that was used in Plague of the Zombies was still there in this one, wasn't
Excuse me. Yep.
it?
Yeah, it was exactly the same basement, the same cave network. They just removed the mine,
Yeah.
put a pool in instead. Very, very strange. I'm trying to think. Yeah, what was this? Tom's character. Well, he didn't. Nobody knew Spalding, but they knew he died. But he doesn't know anything. But they know everybody. That weird sort of dialogue.
Yeah.
So the brother had been living there. They hated him at first, but they got to accept him. But they don't know him yet. They buried him,
Mm.
but they did know him. What are they trying to do? You understood with Plague of the Zombies that there was a cover up, and there's one person instigating it. But Dr. Franklin here isn't even a medical doctor, he's a doctor of theology.
Yeah.
So him up in the mansion, has no bearing whatsoever on the village. He's not like their local physician or anything.
Yeah. But even Harry goes, oh, wasn't he a patient of yours?
Hmm?
Harry Spalding was talking about his brother who died, and he said to Dr. Franklin, "Oh, wasn't he a patient of yours?" And didn't get a reply like that. He didn't say, "Oh, no, I'm not a, a GP," or he didn't tell him. No, he wasn't. That was it.
It's the whole dialogue with Franklin just made no sense. I know they're trying to do we're keeping it a mystery, but really, is
Mm.
that something like, oh, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm this? That's not really a big reveal. Plus, he's the one, if he didn't want to be bothered, he just should have stayed in his mansion. He's the one creeping around other people's cottages and inviting himself in.
Yeah.
So what's he trying to achieve?
Why, if he was that peed off about his daughter, why didn't he just kill her? Yeah.
I don't know. It was odd.
She's turning into a snake. It wasn't really her, or whatever. Wasn't really his daughter, was it? If she was a threat, could have just killed her. But, yeah.
Yeah. And then that was the only thing. Another thing that annoyed me as well was Tom when he kept going, Mr. Spalding, and he was
Yeah.
a former seaman.
Yeah.
He knows officers retain their rank. In fact, it's all ranks. You keep your rank after you leave.
Mm.
So that's just one of them things. And if people refer to you, they refer to you by your rank.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a title. He just kept going, Mr. Spalding, and you're like, no, why you wouldn't do that. And the fact that Spalding and a supposedly grenadier guard isn't up his own back, like that would be something. If you've ever met the guards, like they're proper nice
Mm.
blokes, but proper, by the numbers when it comes to ranks.
Mm.
That would
It's,
that would really piss someone off.
yeah, but Chris. He says they should have renamed the movie. I forgot what you did last summer.
Yeah, it was.
Did
It was
you?
an example of normies making horror movies.
Chris
That
was in
time.
the taxi. Did you hear him the other day? He was in the taxi, and the taxi went bump bump bump, and the taxi driver said, "Damn!" He says, "I've just knocked over Donald Trump." And Chris went, "Well, there was 3 bumps." He says, "Yeah, I had to mount the curb first."
Yeah, thanks for bringing politics on the show because I need that. I need people jumping on now and get both sides going me.
Yeah.
And he's Egypt. They take it pretty seriously.
Oh yeah, they have bloody rallies and everything, isn't it?
It's a religion. It's everything has to be some sort of cult religion. I can't be bothered with them. I don't even want to get, you know what I mean? That's what I try and say because I can't leave it alone. We even have people on here and it's like, we don't do that here. Stop, please. Like, for fuck.
Yeah.
The dinner scene.
Mm.
Talk about the most awkward. I know it was meant to be, but
Turn like that in front of guests. You just wouldn't do it, would you? You know.
so his daughter's being punished. You know, sent to a room. Who's like in her 30s.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even in the 60s that wasn't a done thing. That would be a bit odd. If you didn't know the manservant was a creepy, you know, there's something more to him. I don't know what to tell you.
Weird yourself.
But that whole scene, do you want to show her your pets? When we all know it's our meals, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then play some music for us. She's good at that. No, don't play anymore. Boom.
That was mental.
Smash up the sitar or whatever.
Yeah, and chuck it in the fire because you're having a wobbly.
Yeah.
And once again, there was no context. Is that a particular tune? Is it magic? Is it, was it part of the religion that he went and discovered?
Came of it, did it? What was it to do with, when the Indians used to use music like that to snake charm,
Yeah, it's not actually the music. It's smooth. Right. So once again, that's another fallacy. Sorry, I'm going to nerd out here. So cobras track you by movement. So it's actually the pipe moving that fixates them.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. Because I'll never do it because I'd get bitten. I always try and pet the puppy because I'm stupid. But it's actually the movement of the hand that fixates on, so you can move away from it or lift it, and do what you need to do. So it's actually the movement of the pipe, not so much the music. But once again, no context.
Yeah.
No backstory. Generally used to do the ones that you have a bit of a flashback and you see what was happening.
Yeah.
Like they did it with the Abominable Snowman. They did it with Revenge of the Mummy.
Would have been fun to dub over the sitar scene with the guitar riff from Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Child of Mine." So she would have been sat there going, "No, don't play that."
What? A sweet child of mine. Oh, by the way, I managed to burn the back of my throat with soup. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was. I was making leek and potato soup.
Oh god!
And I was tasting it. A flipping big bit of potato just hit me right in the back of the throat, and it's actually swollen up.
Oh god!
Molten lava.
Yeah.
Right in the back. I'm still feeling it like today. That's why I'm a bit sort of croaky on it. But yeah, this is a hard one to talk about, folks, because honestly, there is zero plot. It's just going through the motions to get to the end.
Yeah.
And they may as well get 2 rocks and just smash the characters together because there's no through storyline of how they get where they get. Just
when Harry goes up as well, I'm going to save the girl, isn't it? And he climbs through the window.
The same window that God, the Sir James climbed through last time.
Yeah, yeah,
The same window that Sir James climbed through in Plague of the Zombies. I was in stitches.
yeah. Oh,
They dug the same graves, the exact same graves that they did in Plague of the Zombies.
yeah,
Oh man, that was hilarious.
yeah. But, yeah, there's not a lot you can say really. Like you said, there wasn't really a plot, and the best actor wasn't the main character. It was the guy who played the pub landlord.
Yeah. From the actor that his job is playing bit parts, like one scene and that's it. He had to carry this entire movie because he's
Yeah,
the only one with actually any purpose. I love the hot cocoa bit. So after Spalding gets bit and he gets back, like everyone else died, but he manages to get back
yeah,
and cut into the jugular there, why don't you? But it'll be fine. Or carotid. No, jugular vein, because it'll have to go into the vein to go into the, they're both close. Yeah, just cut into the jugular vein there. Why not?
yeah.
What could go wrong? Don't even sterilize a knife. Didn't she drop a knife as well? And then just picked it up?
But
She did. She dropped the knife and then picked it up and then she just went ahead. So no hot
still,
water, no flame, the
no,
cauterized, nothing. Just
yeah.
that'll do you. Yeah. Not a drop of blood or pus or anything.
No.
Not even a. You'd think somebody would have the decency to like squirt something on her face just for fun.
Yeah. You should have had Christopher Lee come in and go, "Hey, got bite him on the neck. That's my job."
Nah, he wouldn't bite. I was a bit too pussy. At no stage, Spalding, an ex-grenadier guard, an infantryman, thinks I might need a weapon.
Yeah.
This is getting dangerous. Even if it's a club or a
like
brick.
Did he go, "Stop firing those spears at me"? Yeah.
He must have been in permanent ceremonial duty because he couldn't deploy him anywhere because he's crap.
Probably the chef.
Wouldn't have him anywhere near your kitchen. Yeah. Tom, like, I thought he was being sneaky and using subterfuge when he was dropping whatever it was, like the Alka Seltzers into their cocoa.
Yeah.
But then he tells her, I put little something in there. And Victoria then doesn't take it. So that means that her husband went up there and got bit and came back. And what's she going to do on her own and not waiting for Tom or anything or backup? If one person went up, not even the male female thing, but just if one person went up and got bit and came back close to death,
what's the other
what was
one?
she going to do?
Yeah. And she wasn't the strongest of women, was she?
No, well, that's what I mean. Her husband's a former Grenadier Guard.
Yeah.
Tom's a former seaman. She's a housewife. What was she going to do? It's nothing in this movie makes sense.
No.
And then why did he nick her cat?
Yeah.
It was Dr. Franklin who stole her cat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why did it just so they could have that plot device of letting this is dumb. Also, why do they have the wreck of when they see the animal cages like in the house, but then they move them from that to a different rack of cages in the cave? Why didn't they just put them in the cave in the first place?
Yeah. But then if you saw animals in those small cages, you would have gone, "They're not bloody pets."
Yeah.
There's a cat there in a padlocked cage, isn't there? And I think I'll keep my dog in a padlocked cage.
Yeah, you'd break your heart. you would suffer for that. Oreo wouldn't put up with it.
Oh, do you know what she done the other morning? I was in a deep sleep. It must have been really deep, but she jumped on me, and I just, Oriole, no, it's not night time. And jumped out to the side. So then she jumped on Co instead, right? And then she went around the other side of the bed. Co says, "There's no room there. There's no room." So finally, she jumped off the bed and went downstairs in a half. Downstairs. So, mm.
God, my dog
Oh,
Chaz, he would do that. He was a pit bull.
I was dreaming, and I was so deep in sleep, and she just woke me. You know what it's like when someone wakes you when you're in a deep sleep.
Oh, I'm bits.
Yeah,
That was something my ex used to do to me. If she wanted to wind me up, she would wake me up. She knew to wake me up from a deep sleep and then start saying silly shit.
yeah,
And while I'm still, my brain's just all over the place.
yeah.
I hated that. So sneaky. Yeah, my
Yeah.
dog used to suffocate me. He would just come up and he'd snort, and the next thing you know, poof, right over the mouth. And I'd be like, just lay on
Oh,
top of me.
she sort of starts off beside you, and gradually she calls up, and then finally her face is there.
Yep. That's a pit bull thing.
Yeah,
They're just like this cling to you. They're strange dogs.
yeah,
I just the reputation they've got isn't deserved because they're just completely the opposite. Yes, any dog can be vicious and trained. Yeah, they're strong, but they're the most flippin' clingy, needy. Just can't be away from you.
yeah. She is very.
Um, this is going to be a short review,
It is
unless we can come up with more tangents because
not a lot you can really say about this one.
this genuinely was just how do we get to the end scene as quickly as possible and
Yeah,
just get these characters to go where we need them with no thought whatsoever.
yeah. It is a very strange, very hard to get hold of, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a strange.
I thought I was gonna have to get the Blu-ray,
Yeah,
but even the Blu-ray wasn't gonna arrive in May. Like they're only limited edition if you look them up.
yeah,
Like
very.
the delivery dates is ridiculous.
Yeah,
What else? Yeah, Franklin. We'll find out that Franklin on his journeys discovered a snake cult,
yeah.
and the Indian fella isn't actually their servant; he's their captor. He's like the head priest or something, or somebody we don't even know. But he's pretending to be their servant
Mm.
because reasons.
Chris wants to know what our favorite Hammer horror film is.
Well, I haven't watched them all yet. We're still another 30 or something to go.
Mm.
We're not quite there yet. That's a bit.
So far, I must say the original Dracula, 1958, and I did like because it's class.
No.
Yeah, I did like that one. And so far,
I would say one of the Frankenstein ones. I would say the original, the Curse of Frankenstein.
yeah.
I really like that one.
And if you go to non-hot Hammer horror, From Beyond the Grave is my favorite with Amicus.
Yeah. I'm strangely disappointed by the Dracula movies.
Yeah, I like.
The original one's the original one. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
that second one was awful, and the other ones they made have not been good.
They do get better.
Oh yeah. Like I said,
Little
this has been years since I've watched these. Plus, I think you've realized as well. There's something different about watching as a reviewer.
Yeah.
You have a different sort of head on when you're watching as a reviewer as opposed to just casually putting on for a bit of a laugh. Like this movie.
There was two nuns traveling through Transylvania, and suddenly this bloody great vampire lands on the bonnet of their car, right? And he's there dripping blood off his teeth and everything, and the nuns were going, "Oh, what do we do? What do we do?" And the sister goes, "Show him your cross, show him your cross." So she pokes her head at them and says, "Oh, you toothy git, get off my car."
There we go.
Look at this time somehow. So,
Yeah, that's it. We're just we're trying to make it to the R because like this is I think this is possibly the worst movie.
yeah, I don't see the point of it really.
Not even like just put. Yeah, that's I think that's what makes it worse. It's
Got to
pointless.
rely on a jobbing actor to carry the film. There must be something wrong, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Like none of the protagonists, and you don't even. So what was it? Franklin. He discovered a snake cult. He wrote something down that he shouldn't have, or blah blah blah. So they decided to curse him, or this kidnapped his daughter, made her one of them, but then gave her back to him for some reason, and then
Yeah,
chased him across the globe.
yeah.
Okay,
Well, for one person, it must have made hundreds.
yeah,
In
and also the one of the acolytes or whatever, one of the cultists decides to live with them to pretend to be a manservant while simultaneously stupid. It's absolutely stupid. It makes no sense.
he
It's
had that
ridiculous.
sword. Why didn't he just like kill the manservant and kill the daughter of the snake and end it?
Well, he was going to. That was his whole thing at the end. He was going to kill his daughter because she sheds her skin, but then to put the nightdress over the top of her skin.
Mm, yeah.
Because yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That, and then when they find her down, was she meant to be naked, or was that a dress, or was that just that bad of costume?
Bad. That bad.
That was terrible. That was absolutely awful. Like she's wearing a dress, not even like lycra or anything or spandex or it was a dress.
Mm,
So is this supposed to be her naked as a reptile because they made it the same color, and the skirt and all is flowing?
yeah.
Uh,
Do you read some of the just the people reviews on IMDb? They're giving them eights. The Reptile is famous for the fact that he utilizes the same sets of brilliant Vegas zombies, and as such, you would expect the rest of the film. What is it? Oh God, he's wrote his life story. This guy. Yeah, so they've noticed that it's the same set, but they give it eight.
no.
Eight. That's like the same score that I give like films like Schindler's List and things like
Mm,
that. Yeah,
no. This was bad.
the best Hammer films. Fine entry in the Hammer horror cycle. What are these guys on? A real Jack
Um,
Hammer's catalog.
they're in $5.99 an hour or something to do reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're paid shills.
yeah.
Isn't that bad when you've no confidence in your product? Like even after all these years that you have to actually game positive reviews. Like
there's
that's
a, there's a certain producer up in London who he gets the cast of his film to write reviews. One of his films was getting all like ones and twos out of 10. So if you notice the names on the reviews, you think, hold on, he was in the film. Hold on, he was a producer in the film. Hold on, he was in the film. She was in the film. Like this, and they're all giving like nines and tens out of 10 to get the average score up. So yeah, I won't mention his name,
that's
but
I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
I reviewed one of the movies on the channel, so if you want to go back through and see if you can guess which one, and if you see my review of that particular movie, it was terrible. Wasn't even funny.
that one.
Egg shaped head. Like, it's bad. I accept it all being gone, but when you grow those bits to try and pretend you've got hair left, that's just sad. Just let it go. But yeah. But anyway, yeah.
So what's next?
Franklin, what was it? Yeah, Franklin was going to kill her, but then he decides to stop randomly to let out all the animals.
Yeah.
Stab her first, then do that.
Well, perhaps it was an animal lover.
Stab the big scaly reptile. You're going to do. And I love the way she was just hiding under the blanket for the final reveal, and you're like, nah, but you better just keep her under the blanket because really.
And then there was that fight when they're in. He went into the bar.
That was awful.
Yeah. Peter Cushing. Oh no. Oh.
And I love the way that this is supposed to be acid or something. Like it's a hot spring, but it's not that hot. Yeah. And then we had to finish off with a burning building because why not? Something has to be on fire.
Do you think that they just filmed the burning building for both movies at the same time?
I would say they did. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Because they both ended the same, didn't they, roughly?
Yeah, that's pretty much. The only thing we didn't have were mines.
Yeah.
Like when you've got them sneaking in the exact same window.
Yeah. And exactly the same door to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, yeah. Oh well. So next up we have The Witches, also 1966.
All right.
Let's have a look at that.
Who's in that? The Witches.
Okay, Walsh. Cyril Frankel directed it.
I've got it as 1967. Oh no, there's two.
Yeah, hold on. The Witches, is this the...
It looks like it's a 1966 one. Yeah, the 1966 one.
Yeah, Joan Fontaine.
Yeah.
None of the point.
His final film, due to his poor box office reception. He must have had a poor box office.
Yeah, which is the Devil. Oh, it was the Devil's Own in the US apparently. Made by Hammer Films. School teacher Gwen Mayfield comes back to England after suffering a nervous breakdown caused by an attack by witch doctors while working on a mission in Africa. She's hired by the wealthy Reverend Alan Bax, who runs a school in a remote village of Hedeby. Once there, Gwen finds out Alan is not actually a minister and only wears a clerical collar out of a sense of security. The only church in the village is in ruins. Meanwhile, she befriends Alan's sister, an esteemed journalist. All right then. So that's going to be a pagan cult.
Yeah.
It's another Seven Arts co-production.
And going by the reviews, it's going to be a short review.
Right, I'm looking at the trailer. This is either going to be
Killer Sheep. No.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm like, yeah, this is either going to be really good or comedy gold. Could go either way.
It's a voodoo doll in their bedroom. Oh, there's one behind the door. Oh no. probably it's yeah. It's got an average of 5.8. So
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get blown away, but we could be surprised.
yeah,
Kay Walsh. I'm not recognizing anybody. Kay Walsh. Seen her.
yeah, the witches.
Ingrid Bolt. Yeah, there's nobody jumping out at me. Seems like they've done a bunch of 1966. They've done a bunch of movies.
Yeah,
Like just pumped them out in the same year.
it isn't filmed in Bay Studios in Hamburg. Okay.
No, there you go.
So tune in 2 weeks' time for The Witches.
Yay. Couldn't be any worse than this.
No, this is poor, really. Like I said, when you sent me, I watched this afternoon on the laptop, and I wasn't impressed then. So
No,
yeah.
well, there we go. That's that. Sorry, folks. Bit of a because there's nothing to talk about. It's just nothing.
Terrible plot, terrible film.
Yep.
Relying on a jobbing actor to carry the film. What more can you say?
Yeah, that's all you need to know. But there you go. Hopefully, Witches is better. But we'll be back in 2 weeks again. So until next time, keep updating the channel, do the type of things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.